Hi everyone, I hope you're doing great today. Okay, I want to thank each and every one of you yet again for all your prayers and all your support. I'm so excited and happy that we finally got to launch our video series on CERN. Okay, we've got CERN videos up to part 5, and it's called The God Particle and The Gates of Hell. And I think they're doing pretty good. And I hope that you guys can share those videos to as many people as possible. Now, a lot of people have been reaching out to me, telling me to say or do something about the Travis Scott show that ended in a terrible tragedy some days ago, where so many young people, teenagers, just lost their lives for nothing, actually. And of course, you know how I am. I don't just get up and talk because everybody is talking. I try to do a little bit of research on everything, pretty much everything. And so I tried to look up a few things on what happened. First of all, without even doing any research, I knew straight up that what happened on that ground, on that day, was pure satanic sacrifice. In fact, I made a TikTok video. For those of you who don't know that I'm on TikTok, my TikTok handle is on the screen. I just made my first TikTok video recently to talk about that Travis Scott show, so, and I'm going to be making a few other short videos, just to throw out my 2 cents on a few issues like that. So you can actually go and follow me there. But yeah, I made a TikTok video to expressly state that it was a pure satanic sacrifice. Now, this video that I'm making now is to prove to you that I was not wrong when I said that it was pure. In fact, it was one of the most blatant acts of satanic ritual sacrifices I have ever seen in my entire life. I mean, they didn't hide anything. Starting from the first time they started advertising the show, that it's going to be on November 5 and stuff like that. They were throwing, symbols everywhere. They were throwing codes all over the place. Unfortunately, people were not paying attention. Now, before I take you through some of the symbols that actually announced the event, listen to this news report.
That a security officer who appeared to be injected in the neck at this concert had to be revived with Narcan and certainly seemed to have a pinprick in his neck injected. The suggestion is by a concert goer. Travis Scott has a young following. 25 people in total were transported to hospital. 13 people are still hospitalised, of whom 5 are under the age of 18. 2 teenagers were among the dead, aged 14 and 16.
8 people had died, all of them young.
When we read these ages, 14, 16, 21, 21, 23, 23, 27, it just breaks your heart.
Okay, so you heard that for yourself, right? There were a lot of teenagers. You're looking at 14-year-olds, you're looking at 17, 16, 21. The question I keep asking is, how did we get to this point? How did we end up here? Right now, I want to take us through some of the symbols that Travis Scott used to announce what was going to happen on the day of his show. And he didn't just throw out only one symbol. He threw out so many of them repeatedly in your face. But unfortunately, because you were illiterate, you were symbols illiterate, you just didn't understand what he was communicating to the world. This is why we keep saying lack of knowledge is worse than any other disease you can think of. And when you see people who have a little information talking about these things, you shouldn't be calling them fanatics. You shouldn't be calling them extremists, conspiracy theorists, and all these things. This is why you didn't know that Travis already told us what was going to happen on that day. He already said it. Let me prove it to you. Okay, look at this first symbol on the screen. Now, this symbol, if you have watched my video series that I just launched, The God Particle and The Gates of Hell, look at the thumbnail that I used for the part 3, okay? You will see that what I have there, the image that I have on there, is exactly the image that you're seeing on your screen, and which is what Travis was using to announce one of the images that he used to announce his event. And then there's the evil eye that is on the screen. I've talked about the evil eye of Lucifer so many times. You see it at the top of the pyramid of Illuminati. And I've also talked about it when I speak against the Big Brother show, which of course is a gigantic satanic filth. I keep telling you about these things. They are not conspiracy theory. If they are conspiracy theory, why do they show up in all these videos and in all these shows and all these music videos? Why do they keep showing up? These artists who have openly said, I sold my soul to the devil. When you come out and turn around and see them doing a show, they show you the same thing. And yet when someone comes out to tell you what is going on, you say, oh, this man is an extremist, or he's a conspiracy theorist. Where is your mind and soul? He shows the same image here. You can see people falling in and all kinds of items. If you watch my video on the God particle and the gates of hell very well, go watch through all the parts from 1 to 5, you will see where it said that the hollow, the vacuum, which is where the portal leads to, that it can suck in all the molecules, suck in any object. It will suck in human beings, could even suck in the entire earth. This is what is happening on this image here. For you to understand everything that happened during the Travis Scott show that ended in tragedy, you have to watch my video series on the God particle and the gates of hell. I repeat, go watch those videos so you can understand everything I'm about to explain now. Because that's just what that show was all about. It was the coming out of what they are doing in Switzerland, which is the opening up of the gates of hell. They call it the opening of the portal. Okay, let's go further so I can prove it to you more. Look at this other image here. The guy literally just told us what he is up to. On top, in the middle, you see earth, wind, and fire. I want you to go now to Google, or you can write it down. Go to Google and just write earth, wind, and fire paganism. 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 Paganism, right? Paganism. Earth, wind, and fire paganism. Look it up. Google it and see what comes out. This is pure occultism, witchcraft. This is what the witches use. Okay? Earth, wind, and fire. These are the things they worship. They don't worship the true living God. So he's already stated that for you here, that this is where I stand. And then look at the two hands on the screen, on this image. Remember, this is an image, this is a flyer he's using to announce the event. Travis is showing you that, look, if you're coming to my event, look what you need to expect when you're coming. But you didn't see it. The occult and the Illuminati use symbols to communicate far more than they use words of mouth. I have been saying this. I have been saying this. I don't know if anybody's paying attention. Let me break down for you what is on this flyer right here in front of me. Let me break it down for you. Now, the two hands are some of the most occultic symbols you can think of. Those two hands have got the eye of Lucifer in the palm of those hands. Can you see that? Okay. So now, those hands are on both sides of a pyramid. A pyramid. And if you look at the pyramid underneath, something that looks like a tunnel, which also represents the eye. So in one way, you are looking at the pyramid and the eye, but the tunnel now becomes the eye. And this tunnel has a two-lane road. One heading to the north, the other going to the south. Remember, if you have watched my God particle and the gates of hell, you will notice where we were trying to connect CERN and the Gothard-based tunnel. I told you clearly in those video series that the Gothard-based tunnel, which is the deepest rail tunnel in the world, has every connection with the Large Hadron Collider that is at CERN in Switzerland, both of them in Switzerland. Did you not see the ceremonies that happened at the Gothard-based tunnel? Those ceremonies, do they have anything to do with a rail line? What is the connection between those tunnels and the rail line? If the rail line was just about transporting human beings, if it was not about opening a portal to the pit of hell to show humanity that we have now opened the gates of hell and that new messengers, visitors are now going to be coming in. But they put a rail line there to confuse you. That's why when they did the ceremony, if you look at all the ceremonies, you need to go and watch those videos I keep saying, you will see that they had all this round circle going round and round and round, and the same circle from where they pulled the tunnel is what you see depicted here in the pyramid. Remember, that pyramid is rocky. So they dug through the rock and made a portal. A portal. And that portal is what the young man is showing you on the screen. And here, on the other side of the hand, it says, open your eyes to a whole new universe. Open your eyes to a whole new universe. What universe is this one? Hell. Because the portal has been opened. On the other hand, you know what is written there? It says, see you on the other side. Travis Scott is literally telling you that he is going to take you from earth to hellfire because his show is going to be performed in hell. And I will prove it to you now. He is saying it clearly that this is not going to be happening in this dimension. I am moving you to an entirely new dimension to go and participate in my show. You are not going to attend my show as a normal person. You will attend my show as a possessed, transformed being. You are going to be in a totally different dimension with me if you are coming to my show. So here's the next one, because I want to prove this to you really so that you are not in doubt as to what is going on. This is a Twitter post here. It says, Astroworld first imagery from Travis Scott, referencing a flower that smells like decaying flesh, decaying human flesh, and entering a portal to. Guys, this man was announcing a show for November 5th, and he put on their flyer and says, see you on the other side. Okay, so let me read you stuff about this flower on which he wrote, see you on the other side. Rafflesia anodi, the giant padma, is a species of flowering plant in the parasitic genus Rafflesia. It is noted for producing the largest individual flower on earth. It has a strong and unpleasant odor of decaying flesh, decaying human flesh. It is native to the rainforests of Sumatra and Borneo. This is the flower on which Travis wrote, see you on the other side. Keyword, decaying flesh. Please help me understand. How can anybody not know what this man is talking about? Because when you cross and move from this dimension to the other dimension of hell, of infernal existence, you are going to burn and decay. You will decay and rotten and smell, and yet you will be on fire. Maggots will be coming out, and yet you cannot die. Do you not believe what I'm showing you? That this man says, I want to take you to hell. You don't believe me? This was the t-shirt that Travis was wearing. If you look at the t-shirt, you can see the portal clearly on the screen. So the blue looking images are real human beings. They cross the portal and they enter into the infernal existence. They become demons. You see, as soon as they cross over, they have horns like demons. And so they are translated from humans to spirits, evil spirits. Very consistent. This guy consistently carried you along, told you everything that would happen on the day of the show. But because ignorance would not allow you to even know the color of your nostril, you did not figure it out. Look at the t-shirt. Everything he has said, from the posters, from the flyers, he put on his t-shirt that on the day of my show, you're going to cross and enter into the portal, and you are going to be dead. Your soul will be harvested, and you will be turned into a demon. Keep calling us conspiracy theorists. Look at another one here. He didn't even hide it. He says, a portal to our world. a t-shirt. Where is his word? Hell. He was meant to perform in hellfire. It was Texas, geographically speaking, but that was hell. They were going to summon hell. They were going to invoke hell. They were going to conjure hell to earth, and they will perform in hell, and you will go into hell with him. Okay, I'll prove it to you now. Let's go further. Now take a look at this image on the screen. This is the skull. In fact, a very satanic skull of Travis. Look at his left eye. It's very darkened, just depicting the eye of Lucifer. So you can see the left eye is darkened, almost like he's blinded. So that's one eye. And that's the porter, his mouth is skull. If you have watched the Live We Sleep movie by, I think it's John Carpenter, something like that. If you watch the movie, whenever they got the negative image of people, aliens walking in the form of human beings, this is the way their skull looked. Aliens, demons. This is it. And that's exactly what they put here. And his mouth opened up and he became a porter for you to just get even into the arena, just for you to get in. You saw that as a discerning person, as a normal human being, you saw this, it didn't mean anything to you. And you crossed the barrier and just said it doesn't matter, and you went in. And you felt like, okay, this is going to be a picnic, it's going to be all fun. And you went through, right? Now, as you can see from everything I've explained to you right now, the atmosphere in that arena was completely meant to be that of hellfire. The demons that were going to be in charge of the show were already on ground. A lot of satanic spirits were already conjured and invited to the show because this was going to be a harvest of souls. This thing that happened didn't start from when he started performing. It began even before the doors were opened for people to get into the arena. Take a look at this video of what happened before anything, even before any human being showed up for the show.